Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the second season of the best podcast in the world, the Hat Trick Lounge. And we're going to start off this season with another episode of the Sixer podcast. I'm Karan and I've got Dev and Varun with me. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the greatest podcast in the world, as Karan has said. Better than the
Sus
football.
podcast.
Yeah, the Sus
All the other
podcast. What's it called? Spit Facts. We're just above our competition.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've missed a lot. We've missed the Ashes. We've missed what else?
Australia, Pakistan.
Australia, Pakistan. We've missed.
We missed India, South
Also,
Africa.
the most boring series in cricketing history, so no point covering that.
And we will
Yeah.
begin with a
With-
banger of the IPL, even though we're 17, 18 games in.
So before we get started, actually let's just get started on the IPL. So let's talk
Yeah.
about the bottom of the table. Two of the most successful franchises now find themselves at 9th and 10th. Let's talk about Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians.
Okay.
What's gone wrong here?
For Mumbai Indians, everything.
I think the same can be said for CSK as
Okay,
well.
CSK's problem is we don't have a power play bowler, and that's what we need right now. Early wickets, which we don't get.
You guys don't have a bowler, period.
Hey,
don't have any
last
good
game.
bowler.
Last game was better than expected. Actually, yeah, it was better than expected. Big man Shivam Dubey.
Yeah, your batting isn't an issue at all. It's your bowling that's an issue.
If they can squeeze a decent over out of Shivam Dubey, life is good.
Because if you look at your two games, it's 5 games. They've already had 200 plus scores. So and in the other games, I guess. But then if you look at the other side, and you've had 126 and 131, so your batting is hit and miss. Because one issue is your openers haven't been firing. Other than Uttapa, like Gaikwad, I think you have too much faith in him, or you rely too much on Gaikwad. But he's had 5 poor games. I think he needs to rectify that now.
I mean, he was going well last game, but umpire's call is the worst thing to exist. In my humble
It's like
opinion.
biased to me.
Shut up. Someone's just happy RR is doing good for once. Just for once.
And Mumbai Indians both messed up their
Auctions. Agreed.
Yeah, I thought the auctions where Mumbai and CSK really lost. I think Chennai should have gone harder for Faf
Yeah.
or
Shardul.
David Warner or
Shardul
one of those
Thakur.
openers. And no, I think Thakur, what happened is they already spent 14
I
crore
mean,
on-
yeah, but he got injured.
on literally just a few minutes ago they got Chahar. No way they would have spent half their budget. Like they would have been done with the budget basically if
Yes,
they
I
got Thakur.
agree with that.
Forget Shardul. CSK's issue is that they don't have a leg spinner.
Agreed.
Who was their leg spinner last year? Who was it? The spinners was
We had
They had Imran Tahir,
Yeah.
Karan Sharma.
but they never played
They
them.
didn't
They always
play.
had Moeen and Jadeja. The two
But that
spinners.
was UAE. So like
Yeah, in UAE.
They
you
had
can get-
better
could get
pacers then.
we could get
The
by.
better pacers.
Yeah, we had Hazelwood. We
Yeah,
had
you had
Thakur.
Hazelwood, Thakur, and Chahar.
Yeah.
All three of
Now
them.
you have Deshpande and
In my
Mukesh
humble
Chaudhary.
opinion, Jordan and Bravo should not play together.
No, I think it's
No.
quite clear that Bravo has to be the one playing of the two because I think
Yeah,
he's just been
Jordan
better.
has to go for Pretorius. In my opinion.
And what about Adam Milne? What happened to him?
Milne should be playing, but he's
I-
injured.
Milne should be playing. He's the only guy in your team
He's a
actually
left arm
bowling.
fast man.
from fast.
Yeah, but he is injured. I think if he was there, Jordan would have to leave for him.
Yeah.
And then Tikshana is a hit or miss right now because he's
John's
really been
bowling
smacked.
really well, dude.
No, but one game he got smacked, and now the last game he carried
No,
us.
no,
got
no.
four.
He won you a game.
He won the
He
game.
He won us one game, and then one other game he did nothing. But it's 2 games, so you
Okay.
can't really judge him right now.
So forget
I think-
CSK for a minute. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk-
MI.
Mumbai
Yes.
Indians, I think their strategy in the auction was we're not going to go for anyone until we get Ishan Kishan.
Which was
Because
silly.
they were reluctant in the marquee pot. I was expecting them to make at least get bowled back, but they didn't even. Or Cock, they got none of those two back. Then they spent 15 crore, which was I think way too
Too much,
overpriced. I
yep.
think a fair. Kishan is more of a 8, 9, 10 kind of would have been a more fair price in my opinion.
Not even, I think.
No, 8, 9, 10 you can justify because the first 2 games he was been exceptional, but now he's back
I
to
think
his
Like
Oh,
with Brevis and like the rest of the team, I think, and Tilak Varma, I think they're going for the future. But
yeah, I think Brevis, Tilak Verma, and Tim David especially
no,
were
okay, Tim David's being
three.
neglected too much
Yeah, no, I think Brevis, Tilak Verma, and Tim David, and Jofra Archer were all
for the
signings
future.
which they got for the future. But one thing is, we don't know if Jofra Archer, first of all, if he's gonna even play next year. What if he gets injured again, or what if he's not fully fit? So we don't know if he's gonna be the same bowler he was. That's why I personally think they should have gone for Bolt instead of Jofra Archer. Because if you look how good Bolt's been for RR, he's been the best bowler. So I think they should have gotten Bolt because Bolt can play from this season onwards. And then
Yeah,
I think they're showing too much faith now in Pollard. I think that's enough. I
agreed.
think time to get him out now and get Tim David in.
Yeah, but Tim David is a off spinner. I think they need Pollard's bowling
Pollard's
speed and
pace is
experience.
basically Tim David can probably bowl faster than Pollard, bro.
He could, I agree, but they're not playing Tim David and he hasn't bowled a single over yet. Brevis has bowled
Sure,
an
he
over,
has.
but Brevis has bowled an over.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
they
think
He
Tim
didn't
didn't.
David.
finish it.
Yeah, but
If you
and
look at Mumbai's
Brevis even
squad, I
got
think,
Brevis got Kohli. Who
yeah,
has
I
Tim
know,
David got?
but Mumbai find themselves in the same issue that Chennai have, is that they don't have a proper Indian fast bowler because look at other than Bumrah, there's no one there. They have
Hey,
Basil
please.
Thampi
We have
They have
we have
Lord
Muk-
Unadkat.
we have
and
Mukesh
Jaidev
and
Unadkat.
CSK have Mukesh Chowdhury and
Mukesh Chaudhary
Hriday Pandey.
actually hasn't been bad. Mukesh Chaudhary's
His
been
fielding's been very, 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 very bad.
his fielding is questionable, but his bowling is all right.
His bowling hasn't been too expensive. It's like average.
And he takes wickets
He
too. He
takes
takes
wickets
wickets.
on regular intervals as well, so we allow it.
But he dropped so many catches. My word, bro.
He dropped like 3 catches in one game.
Yeah, I think MI have this, and even Bumrah. I don't think Bumrah's been at his like best. I mean, if you look at what Akshay Patel did to him, and then you look at, and then Mumbai's foreign pacers again lacking right now. They have Archer, but he's not there. They have who do they have? Daniel Sams,
Who scored a
Timal
lot of
Mills.
50s so far.
Yeah, they have Mills. They just don't have the bowling attack's weak. And then the batting as well, the openers, Rohit Sharma hasn't been in form for since like 2014 now in the IPL. I don't know what he's doing.
He's just there for like Dhoni. He's there for the captaincy.
Yeah, Rohit Sharma hasn't been in form. Kishan's not in form, and it's really showing because then it puts too much pressure on the middle order. And quite frankly, without Sky, I think they would have been
In more trouble.
more trouble, even though they've already lost 5. So you can already imagine. So like Sky is basically carrying them right now.
Carrying is an understatement at this point in time. Because, well, I think he's their top. Who's their top scorer right now?
Ishan
Is
Kishan.
it still Kishan? Oh,
Yeah,
those 2 games really set him up.
yeah.
No, but it's surprising how bad everyone's gotten. In
So
like
do you
a-
think there's now? I'll ask you both. Is there off chance that CSK and MI make playoffs this year?
I
If they
think
do, I will shave my hair.
clip
If
it,
they make
guys,
playoffs,
guys. This is going for the quote books. I will make sure CSK make it through.
we'll see with that new captain Jadeja. We'll see how he does.
Oh yeah,
They, not
Jadeja's
one of them. I
captaincy.
said
Like
they. That implies both.
no, one of them. Sorry.
You can't change your statement.
Okay,
Um,
Mumbai is
so
gone.
now that-
Mumbai is finished.
Now that we've talked enough
Enough.
about
Let's talk a bit about the. Let's go now to the top of the table, and actually, I think quite frankly, this table is brilliant because you look at
Agreed.
9th, 10th, who are practically out, and then from 1st to 8th now it's between 4 of those now. I think it's really I really like this IPL because it's not like 4 teams running away with it. Last season it was practically DC, CSK, RCB who
Yeah.
are gonna
It's
guarantee
been mixed
playoff.
so far.
Yeah, it's like a open-ended race. We'll see. The next few games will be very important for the
Could
for
we
the
see
all
a
teams
new
actually.
winner? Like last
So let's
5,
talk
6
about
years. Wait, last 5,
so
6
let's talk
years have
about
been Mumbai and CSK
yeah
and SRH.
SRH only
Could
one
SRH
really. And
qualify and win it?
let's no okay. Let's talk about top of the table first. So we've got RR on the top of the table. A rare side indeed.
Very rare.
But
It's all
we'll
for
just
Sorry,
Shane.
guys, you're
It's
talking
just Shane Warne, you know. He's just really motivated them for once.
in peace.
Rest in peace to the legend. But
So
Okay.
I think Aura had they were one of the better
Best
sides in the
options,
auction. They
yeah.
bought very smartly. A lot of people criticized Hetmaya for 8, but he deserves 25.
okay, you
Honestly,
can DC
what
fanboy
a,
firstly, calm.
what a play. Well, Hetmaya's been better than all of your batters, bro.
No,
Yeah,
but
he has.
Shivam Dubey,
Het,
literally, that is the
Het,
biggest lie I've heard from you today.
Hetmaya can come in and he can consistently give you runs, hits it.
So can
He's
Shivam
been
Dubey.
brilliant.
Shivam Dubey is done the exact same.
Can you guys stop? Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think Hetmaya's. Yeah, Chahal, brilliant again. Bolt, what a pick. And then Padikkal surprisingly has been all
Very
right.
well. Like, he's actually has a decent
Krishna.
strike rate.
Krishna as well. So they've really, like last season, their team was just like depressing to look at. You look at now, they've have a
But
really good team.
There's one
They've,
issue. Their team selection, like their batting is so thin. Which
Yeah, I
we saw a
agree
glimpse
because
of last game, like their
we've seen
previous game.
Ashwin coming in at 6.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is they're not playing. Let's look at their squad actually. So like
Okay.
today they're playing as well. They have
Butler, Padikkal,
Vander
Samson.
Justin,
Yeah.
Hetmaya. So after Hetmaya really at 5, you get Parag straight away at 6, and then Nisham at 7. So it's a bit weak. But I think it's just that Butler's been so good that they haven't had.
They're relying too much on the top.
Yeah, if you see, we saw in the last game a bit where the top order got dismissed early, but Hetmaya came in clutch for them. But then we have to see yet how they handle a collapse because they haven't had one yet.
Maybe they're just too good to see.
Yeah, but I feel like it's around the corner because considering looking at the middle order, it's a bit concerning.
Like the day Josh
So-
was the first to get off. It's
Yeah, but I think RR definitely have one of the best bowling attacks in the whole IPL, for sure.
At least.
yeah, agreed.
Now let's talk about the two new franchises.
Yeah, I think
Gujarat
pretty
Titans and the Lucknow Super
Super
Giants.
Giants. I mean,
On paper,
I think Gujarat. Yeah, on paper, you would say Gujarat Titans are probably with SRH the worst team on paper. But SRH,
It's been disproven big time.
but GT have been playing really well actually.
Yeah.
They've surprised me a lot with
honestly,
the way they're playing.
and Pandya's captaincy too. Like
Actually, in the last game, it was a bit questionable. He was dreaming
la-
at
for like most of it, it's been better. And then KL Rahul has brought his Punjab luck back to Lucknow. But they're basically RCB 2.0. Strong team, failed to deliver.
I mean, they've had a couple of good games, good wins, but now we're seeing. I don't know what's going on here.
I mean, KL
So-
Rahul's just been okay. Bolt absolutely demolished him with that beautiful ball. So like, you can't really do anything with that.
Yeah, but I think the fact that Lucknow Super Giants are kind of the opposite of RR in the fact that they bat so deep. But I just don't understand what decision happened in sending Stoinis at 6. Sending
Forget
Krishna,
sending Stoinis at 8.
8. It was
Let's
8.
talk about the
sorry,
fact
8.
that
Sorry, 6 down, 8. Yeah, sending Krishnappa Gautam at 3. Jason
Holder at 4.
4. I don't know what they
No.
were doing.
You know what they were doing? I know exactly what they were doing.
Oh, look,
I
here we
think
have the tactician here.
Yeah,
with
so
the-
I don't know, like in 2010, 2013, like somewhere in that time, CSK had a collapse. And Dhoni was yet to come in, and they were like 2 or 3 down in like a few overs. And they sent in Harbhajan Singh and one other like all-rounder, which completely like disrupted the bowling line because they had to change their lines, lengths, and everything. So I think it was an attempt to throw the bowlers off, which clearly didn't happen.
Okay, first of all, when did Harbhajan Singh play for CSK in 2010? I don't
No,
have any such.
Okay,
I don't have such recollection.
you get my point.
Secondly,
Whenever he was
secondly, Varun, this wasn't a collapse. It was a first ball wicket. I can understand if you're like if they lost 3, but it was nowhere near a collapse. KL Rahul, you have to understand happens. Sometimes he just gets bold. You just can't handle it.
well, it was still mind games, and you know how good Krishnappa Gautam is for CSK era.
Yeah.
the single match.
He dropped one important catch, which was I know he wasn't even playing. He was a substitute fielder, right?
But it was
Substitute,
irrelevant
yeah.
in the grand scheme of things because you ended up winning the IPL. So
Still,
all because of a certain man called Tom Curran.
no, Rishabh Pant's captaincy.
But that's besides the point.
That's besides the point. That was last year.
I think Lucknow, on paper, first looked, in my opinion, the best team in this IPL. They had their pace attack sorted. They had spinners.
All rounder look really
finishers,
strong. Finishers, openers, middle order
top
looks
order
solid.
players. The new Indian talent's great, like this Ayush Badoni fellow. He's really good.
Indian
He looks
baby
sorted.
AB. They
Yeah,
say.
but I think it just I don't know if it's KL Rahul or what is it, because I remember last year when Punjab had like a mega budget, they splurged on the auction. And they again, I think last season everybody said Punjab looked one of the strongest sides, but then they just couldn't do it. I'm not sure if
Just
it's
don't like
KL
just don't
Rahul the
like KL's
captain.
captaincy.
I don't know what it is. I think Lucknow definitely, for me now, I still think they can make playoffs. But I'm not too sure because as long as KL's captain, I'm a bit.
Who
Yeah,
would
I
captain
guess
then? De
so.
Kock?
No, you have Holder. You
Hmm.
have De
If
Kock.
if not KL, it has to be De Kock.
It has to be De Kock,
Why not?
exactly.
I mean, Holder has experience. De Kock literally
De Kock
gave up
is
on it. He gave up.
still like he'd be much better in my opinion than Holder. But that's still besides the point because I don't think they're gonna give anyone else captaincy considering
Obviously, they won't. KL
17
Rahul.
crore for
They
KL
won't. They
Rahul.
won't. No
There's
chance.
no shot.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the recent
Aish.
games as well. So we've got PBKS MI. I think let's not talk about MI. Let's leave them
MI's been
alone for a bit.
sad.
CSK,
Them where they are in the dirt.
really good win.
Agreed.
Let's talk.
Like-
Oh, yeah, we already talked about our LSG. Stoinis at 8. I don't understand that decision.
That was the silliest thing.
Considering how well my man played.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he nearly got them over the line, but Kuldeep Senvold that
Yeah,
over.
then
think
the
we
one
fired.
before that was Delhi Capitals KKR. It was very good
Oh,
comprehensive performance.
speaking of Delhi Capitals,
KKR.
Yeah, let's talk
and
about Delhi
KKR.
Capitals and KKR. So obviously DC former captain Shreyas Iyer heads to KKR. They have a very good start. Everybody's saying best team, and now they have been put back to
Don't
reality.
believe it.
I just don't think
Their
this-
opening combination. Their opening combination is the worst this year.
Honestly,
I
I'd rather have
With
Aaron
SRH.
Finch open than Ajinkya Rahane.
Obviously you'd have
I
Aaron
mean,
Finch.
but for his form has been also pretty.
Yeah, I think KKR they made a bit of mistake in Nitesh Rana. They
Yeah.
went really deep, like heavy in for him. I think that's too much. They should have invested in another opener because Venkatesh isn't in form, but we know he can be very destructive. So I'm not too worried about him. But Rahane, the moment I saw they picked up Rahane, I knew they were in trouble because
Delhi
the way the
Capitals.
overseas combination works is they don't have space, because if you want to play Finch, you drop Sam Billings and then you have to play Sheldon Jackson, which completely ruins your middle order.
I
Like
mean,
then the middle order would be one of the worst ones, because then you have Finch and Venkatesh Iyer, and I'm not even sure if Finch will be much better than Rahane at this point. And then you have Iyer, and then you go straight away with Sheldon Jackson. So
Take this moment to subscribe.
I don't
Yeah,
think
well-
it would work too much.
also, you know, Pat Cummins, he scored 350s in 2 games. Fantastic player.
What?
Yeah.
Dev, did you just hear that?
I heard that. What?
Did
He scored 350s in 2 games.
2 while bowling, once while batting.
Oh,
He conceded
God.
50 runs in 2 games, and then he actually
What's
scored a
up?
50.
How did he score? How did he score?
You get the point, man. 50 is 50. Right?
Moving on.
Yeah, so let's talk about KKR, I think, and then moving on to Delhi Capitals. I
Kuldeep
think
Yadav.
Kuldeep Yadav's been
What a dub.
he's been really good. I'm happy with Kuldeep.
Is it
Happy for him.
Uh,
too.
Yeah, and then
the
Prithvi
revenge
Shaw-
against KKR was nice.
yeah, Prithvi Shaw. I mean, he just bounced back strong after that disastrous 2020 season.
Agreed.
I don't know what. Yep, I think Ponting's been giving him, good advice. He really likes playing under Rishabh and Ponting, so I think it's helped him a lot because he's just beautiful. Like he's just really good to watch him play.
The
in power
RP
play.
effect.
Yeah, and then what else? I think one thing Delhi need to work on is probably collapses.
Yep.
In all 3 games, Delhi have lost wickets in clusters. Like even against KKR, they were I think 100 or something for 0, and then they lost 3 wickets in quick succession. So they have to work on that. And then Rohman Powell, he's just not done anything. Yeah, I think the sooner Powell gets in form, it'll really help their
But
bottom
the
low
Lord.
finishers. Yeah.
The Lord.
D Lord has had 2 already good, fantastic batting performances.
But
has been a
bowling.
tad bit expensive, but he's taken a few wickets, tad bit expensive, but that's fine considering he bowls very difficult overs.
Yeah, but under
I,
Dhoni,
I, full, I fully agree with that assessment.
And then yeah, I think I just don't agree with Lord bowling in the power play. I think I think he should be reserved for the middle and end. I
Yeah,
don't want
agreed.
because Pant always bowls him like two overs in the power play or something. I don't know why.
Lord has to bowl at least one in the power play because he has very gentle outswing naturally. So that works really well in the power play stages.
I mean, let's talk about Nokia.
What a player.
I mean, you can't blame Nokia. I mean, he 5 months he was out.
No. You can't 100% blame Nokia. That's just inexcusable.
Yeah, okay. The two no balls were inexcusable, but like I understand that he didn't have the best of nights because obviously 5 months you haven't played, and then he got dropped for the goat Khalil Ahmed, who's been Khalil Ahmed. Wow, I wasn't
Surprising.
expecting.
Really
Yeah, when Delhi
nice.
bought Khalil Ahmed for 5, I was like, oh my god, auction ruined, season ruined. Bye
But he's
bye.
been surprisingly
Yeah, Khalil Ahmed's
good
been
with the
really good.
ball.
Not surprisingly, he was good for SRH, but then he just had one bad season, and then he got dropped. SRH, and then same with Warner as well.
Speaking of bowling, I just remembered SRH is bowling. That is
SRH has decent bowling.
okay, but right as of now, like it's good, but they're not there yet. They need so much more
Yeah.
experience.
And more than the bowling, their issue is what
Middle order
they're
batting.
doing with their batting.
Yeah.
Middle order
I
batting.
think Williamson should not be opening.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no. They have so much potential in this batting lineup, they just aren't using it properly.
No,
Send
Williamson.
Markham up. No, Williamson should be at 3 or 4.
No,
It
no.
has to be at 3 or 4. I think
How do you
Tripathi
play?
has to open.
How do you play Williamson at 4? He's gonna. He
Williamson
takes
at
so
3.
many,
Williamson
3,
at 3.
3, yeah, just 3. But
Williamson takes so many balls up. I think he has to open.
no,
Would you rather he take up balls in the middle or in the power play? It's a no-brainer.
In the middle, probably. Then
exactly.
Exactly.
You can have Tripathi or Markham opening with Abhishek Sharma, and that's good. Abhishek Sharma was pretty good
Yeah,
against.
Tripathi opened actually with for KKR, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
And he opened with great success.
But Captain
Yeah.
Williamson is there to steady the innings if a collapse happens. Ooh.
Steady my foot.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see. The 80 strike rate against CSK, and then what was it like?
Against the worst bowling attack this year.
Exactly.
He had an 80
I
strike.
think 32 or 40, if I like, or something like that, and then
Still handedly almost tanked the chase, but it worked out in the end.
yeah, but it was still very, very risky.
That's a credit to how bad CSK is, not how good SRH are.
Agreed. Our bowling attack is a little something. Speaking of CSK and bowling, RCB's bowling that game without Purple Patel.
RCB's bowling actually isn't
RCB.
bad. I think RCB first of all, Mohammad Siraj has been a complete
They've
waste of a
conceded
bowler.
too many runs.
Siraj, I don't know. He's good in red ball, but white ball, I don't know what happens to him.
Mr. Deep
I think
gave 4
the
wides in
fact
his
that
last
they
over.
changed Siraj over Chahal is gonna haunt them for the rest of their
Yeah.
entire history now. There's no way. Because Chahal now purple cap holder. What a player Chahal is. Just so good.
The Rajasthan Royals, what a pick.
what a
Very smart pick. And then
Oh
Akash
yeah,
Deep.
speaking of smart picks, what about Mustafizur Rahman?
Ooh, yeah.
I think that was a good pick.
That was a
In
very
hindsight,
good
I
pick.
think that was a really good pick.
Base price, no one else went for him. We just picked him up.
That was.
I was really surprised. I thought he would be a hot commodity because left arm pacers, the quality he possesses.
Well, a new
Actually,
word.
going back to SRH, I've actually been very. I think Washington Sundar has been very good for them.
He is.
But he got injured.
Yeah. But like that, what was this? Like that little cameo in their first game was unexpected to say the least from him, in my opinion. And his bowling too. He's been consistent wicket taker, and he's bowling in the power play as well.
Yeah. So I think SRH again batting. So I think we've talked generally about the 10 teams. There's
Basically. What else?
So far, who's been the player who's impressed you the most and disappointed you the most?
Impressed me the most.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
actually
there's a
have to
few.
go with. There's a few, so
Yeah.
I'll list them by category. Batsman, Diol Brevis.
Agreed. Actually, no, Shivam Dubé for me.
Bro, shut up.
Bro, who
Robbie
expected
Uthappa.
Shivam and Robin? Yeah, Robin, man.
Uthappa for me has been more
Vintage
important than
Uttapa
Shivam
is
Dube.
back.
Tilak
Uh,
Verma, but
Tilak Verma,
Badoni.
yes. Badoni,
Verma only
yes.
played one good innings, dude. That's
No,
a
he's
sample
he's
size. Sky,
consistent.
Sky has
Badoni's
been impressive.
who?
With Sky, you
Sky,
kind of
yeah.
expect it now. I'm talking about players who you shocked that, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I agree. I'd go with Dubé because
Yeah.
he's not really done much at all. But now
Like,
he's coming in. He looks a really good pick, Dubé.
he's second
Um,
for the orange cap right now. So, like,
yeah.
And
Who
the
expect-
GOAT, Josh Butler.
who is
I'd
Josh
say,
Butler is okay. You expect him to be like scoring well.
I'd say for bowling wise, actually Kuldeep. I
Kuldeep
think.
Yadav, okay. And Umesh Yadav.
Kuldeep
Umesh Yadav.
Yadav and Umesh Yadav.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, both
The Yadavs have
Kuldeep.
really come out. And Suryakumar Yadav.
Disappointed the most, I'd reckon it would
Siraj.
be Siraj.
Um.
To some extent, Faf. I just
For the Al Tewati has been really impressive.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah, 'cause
that
He's
finish.
won them 2 matches single-handedly.
That finish of 2 sixes in a row, just
Very first match too, he scored 40,
Yeah.
20 odd.
Only Tawatia can
disappointing.
do
You can
these.
talk about disappointing. You can talk about his team, Tawatia's teammate Matthew Wade.
Agreed. You'd expect him
That
to
is true.
fire more after the T20 World Cup.
I
And
think
what
he
did.
will. He's been pretty unlucky.
I don't think Gujarat have any options as well for the opening slot right now.
No, they have who's that Afghan guy?
Oh yeah, they got. Oh yeah.
Ramanullah
Yeah. Oh, I think he should get a chance. He is explosive.
get a chance. But
He's
can
very
we
good.
also talk about Vijay Shankar and how useless you can get?
Scored
I don't know why-
207 in the game against RR today.
RR today. I don't know how Vijay Shankar has an IPL contract. I don't understand.
Well, who?
How did he?
I'd rather Suresh Raina played for Gujarat Titans than Vijay Shankar.
That's actually so true.
There's Sparsh Bamani played for.
Our very own smart money. No, but seriously, like, has Vijay Shankar bowled?
No, he has
Right.
bowled. I think 1 or 2.
Yeah, like I'd rather have Suresh Raina playing and bowling than this guy. With all due
Yeah, I was-
respect to him.
There was a lot of discussion when Roy got injured that Suresh Raina will be picked.
Yeah,
as a replacement, but that
honestly,
didn't happen.
it would have been better than this guy. Like, what about his like? I think he's gotten out for like less than 10, right?
But it's interesting because if Roy was there, then Wade would be coming in at what 5, 6?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
finisher, yeah.
he'd do a good finishing role for Gujarat easily.
See, that's why I think Wade's been really unlucky. He's playing very different roles in franchise cricket and international.
Yeah.
Franchise cricket, he's opening for the clubs, but in international cricket, he's your
Finisher.
designated number 7 finisher.
Who'd
Three
you
different
rather
roles.
open then, right now?
No, right now they have no choice. They have no.
I
They have
mean,
no one else.
they could pull like a wild card.
I'm a big
7-6.
Matthew Wade fan. I think Matthew Wade has to open, but
Well, he has to find
Yes,
back
I
form.
think this is where I ask you for your predictions. Top 4.
I
At
think
the moment,
honestly this is hard because we can't tell now. I think
yeah.
right
Yeah.
now it just be a bit
Dude,
of
it's just a
bias.
prediction. It's just a prediction.
Okay, I
Don't sweat
think
it.
even though RR are known to start off well and finish off poorly, I think RR will stay up in the top 4. KKR, Punjab, I think will not do it. They're third right now, but I don't think so. RR, KKR, LSG, and I think DC or GT or DC, one of those.
For me, it would be RR for sure. I don't think KKR will make playoffs. I think now we're seeing the holes in their team and where they're really lacking. I think now they'll slip down. I think Punjab. This is. I'll come back to them one sec. I think LSG. Surely you reckon LSG make it, right? With the team they've got, I'm backing LSG. I think DC. you could say biased, but I think now they're playing better considering they've got their first team practically sorted, and now we still have Mitchell Marsh yet to come.
Yeah.
And hopefully Nokia comes back as well. So DC, and then the fourth one I think is between Punjab and
Gujarat.
RCB.
Oh, no Gujarat.
I don't think Gujarat Titans will make. Actually, I think Gujarat Titans could actually make it instead of LSG. Honestly, 'cause LSG I think they have like KL Rahul. I don't know if I have faith in him enough yet to lead them to playoffs. So I'm gonna go with
No.
DC, RR, RCB, and who's the last? GT.
Oh, interesting.
I think if this one might come down to a net run rate thing.
Agreed. Yeah. The top six.
At
is
least one
NRR.
spot.
Yeah.
No, I think even
So-
third and fourth it could be now. NRR.
Mm-hmm.
RR is one team that will 100% make it in the top 4.
Someone write that down, and we'll come back at the end of the
I
season
will
and
be
see.
right. Yeah, we'll come back in like 2 weeks and we'll see how.
We'll see
this
how-
pans out.
Okay, RR. Yeah, actually, at the moment it
At
does.
the
look like
moment,
it.
it does look like it easily.
100%, 100%. You can quote me on that, do whatever.
I will be quoting you on this soon.
I think that's the thing, right? LSG, they have a stacked team, but their captain,
Is
meh.
yeah.
I think the remaining 3 spots will be between Punjab, LSG, GT,
Mhm.
and RCB. I don't think DC will
RC
make it this year.
I don't think RCB have a chance
I think DC are making it this year.
until Purple Patel is back. And
He's
like,
gonna
if
be
you
back
look at
next
the-
game.
and when is he coming
If you
back?
look at the points table, if T lose their match against RR tonight, which is very likely because it's RR, then from spots 2 to 6, they're all at the exact same number of matches won. Same amount of matches played.
No,
Okay.
I'm looking at DC next. We have RCB next. So suppose DC lose that game, then it's gonna be catch up basically for us now. Then.
Yeah.
I don't think DC make it this year.
Nah, but
I
if
think- no,
we
if-
beat RCB, then we're basically tied on points with second. So then that's completely. Then it's second to sixth, seventh is just tied on points.
Yeah.
I think DC, they've been found out a bit. They've got holes in their bowling now.
And there are a lot of their people aren't delivering at the moment. Kind of like
They are very reliant on individual performances right now.
Yeah.
I just don't think they work as a team.
yeah. It's
The pace bowling department.
bowling wise.
Top 4, I think, is one of the best in the tournament.
No
But
doubt.
their bowling is really lame in that.
Bowling is weak for a fair amount of teams then.
I think bowling wasn't that bad actually, if you think about it. Because
It hasn't done that badly on in terms of scores yet, but I think
even
the
against
end of the
LSG, if you look at against LSG, we never out of that game. LSG should have quite comfortably won. We were never actually down and out.
Yeah.
I think it's just Nokia. It's just Nokia.
He needs to
Mustafizur's
start
been
firing.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Lalit Yadav, he's been actually really impressive. You can
Yeah.
ask him.
that's been really impressive.
Go
I
back to
think
more
I have to
impressive.
agree. Shahrul Thakur has been a bit disappointing for me, but then again, he bowls the tough overs. But I'm not gonna. He's one I think he needs to get his economy a bit better. Akshar, I think again has been average, and then Kuldeep's been brilliant. So it's not been that bad because I think the bowling attack's pretty good. It's just that we have to still don't have the full team sorted out. It's been a lot of chopping because Delhi have had like 4 drastically different sides in all 4 games.
If Shardul gets back
After
to
that
form,
very convincing argument, I'm gonna drop RCB from our prediction.
good. I don't
Yeah,
think
because a lot of people.
RCB is
Well,
not
They don't
making
have
it.
they don't have a good bowling lineup.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying that DC don't have a good team, but then we're missing so many. Like in the first game, we played 2 overseas.
Yeah.
Then
Exactly.
we didn't have Warner.
Fair
Now
enough.
Warner's back.
Yeah.
Mitch Marsh is yet to come, and then Rovman Powell, if he gets firing, then I can see us making playoffs.
The
I
only
guess.
important thing is that RR will make it 100%.
Yeah, RR should-
and that's all
There's no way
any
RR
viewers need to take away from
RR
this.
slipping off is going to be the biggest throw. Like they've started off this tournament far too well to fall off.
Says the CSK fan.
Hey, you didn't start. CSK didn't start off well. So
Yeah, so we'll come back. We'll definitely have a few more episodes, so then we'll see how our predictions are shaping up.
Yeah.
But then it's just quite tough to predict now, considering there's so many factors.
Not even halfway in.
Because you're looking at it now, KKR full strength side, RR full strength side, RCB full strength side, and
GT full strength.
GT. So these four are unlikely to get better. But then you're looking at Punjab, who've just recently got their Punjab and Delhi are yet to see their full strength. So we could see some surprises there.
And you won't be seeing Mumbai CSK at their full strength for this season at least.
Yeah, Mumbai full strength. They've gone weaker and weaker every game.
Dropping Tim David.
Helping Tim David, yeah. So that's, I think, a wrap for this episode.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
be back soon with a bit of football content and more success episodes as well. So stay tuned. And till
And
then,
we might have a special guest, which a
You
lot of
can
you might
guess
be
who-
looking forward to meet.
and until then, take care. And we'll be back here when Delhi win the IPL.
Funny,
We
good night.
won't be waiting that long, by the way. So bye bye.
It's this year only. We'll come back in May only when it happens.
No. So you're waiting till May for the next podcast?
No. We'll be back here definitely when Delhi wins. We'll be back. So it won't be that long for an episode.
Okay, so
for
we
you.
won't see you in May, guys. Goodbye.